Hey, Tony Gasson's here. Can't look at you because I'm driving. But you know what? I was just thinking. And it's something, and this a hard message, but it hit me. And it, it's speaking to me and to me and for me. And you see the title, Everybody Can't Go. And it's hard, and it helped me realize that you're not gonna understand this until you can take somebody somewhere. See, if you in the position of getting took somewhere, that statement don't sound fair. And that's why I always say I never judge what nobody say from their seat, because until I sit in that seat, I don't know what their vantage point is. I don't see what they see. So I stop judging by what people say just because I don't understand it. Now, when you get somewhere to where you could take somebody, that's when you realize everybody can't go. And it happened on all kind of levels. It happened on all kind of levels. Let's think about this now. I'm gonna break it down to you. Now think about this. Let's say you and your family, you and your friends, y'all go to Golden Corral. Now, what's Golden Corral? The buffet. Ryan's. Remember Ryan's? Golden Corral. The buffets, right? Now, if you done been to Golden Corral and you done been to Roof Chris or a Ocean Prime or a Fleming's, is the etiquette different? Is the dress code different? Is the crowd different? Is the mindset different? So if you take somebody with a Golden Corral mindset, the Roof Chris, they're gonna embarrass you. You see what I'm saying? If my business partner's in Cabo right now, he's sending me pictures from Cabo. It's in Mexico. It looked way different than Cancun. He come from a billionaire family, so they see all kind of stuff around the world. When he showed me his Cabo crew is different than his Jamaica crew, because the attire is different, the mindset different, the vibe different, the cost is different. And so everybody can't go. The same people that he'll take to Jamaica ain't the same people he'll take to Cabo, and vice versa. See, the same people you went to high school with don't mean you're gonna be able to go to college with them. The same people you got a bachelor's with don't mean you're gonna be able to take them to your master's and then take them to your doctorate. The same people you lived in the public housing don't mean you're gonna be able to take them to the gated neighborhood. See, everybody can't go if everybody ain't willing to sow. Because see, when you sow, you grow. Making all this up as I'm talking. When you sow, you grow. So what you have to understand is, and this what hit me. And I called my wife as soon as I sat in my car. Because this is a car that I got for free. But this car worth $80,000. And when I was about to get this car, I said, you know what? I'm gonna pass this car around because I ain't got to pay for it. So I'm finna pass this car around. I'm gonna let this person hold it a week, that person hold it a week, that person hold it a week, that person hold it a week. And then when my sister had it, I got a little dent on the hood. A thing hit the hood and put a little dent in there. And then she tells me, she sent me a video of a little baby doing a burnout. Talking about, me and daddy tried to do this. I'm like, huh? I ain't say nothing to her. But I say, how in the world you got my car trying to do a burnout? Do you know what a burnout is? You burning up the tires. The tires finna be bald head. I'm like, how you in my stuff trying to do a burnout? But you see, everybody don't appreciate if they ain't had the soul, if they ain't had the toil, if they ain't had to pay for it, they ain't gonna appreciate it. And so my wife, and so I was sitting there and I was thinking about that thing, and I said, you know, everybody can't go. Because see, you had to grow in order to go. You had to do more in order to go. You had to sow in order to go. So what you did, it set you apart. And so what the Lord said to me is like, listen, you got to think about your sacrifice that you made. You have to think about your sacrifice. You got to think about the things that you gave up. You got to think about the spirits that you died out to. You got to think about everything that you prayed up out of you. By you doing that, it elevated you. It changed your life. It changed your trajectory. It put you in a different mindset. And that mindset put you in a different place. So see, some people got to watch you grow, and they got to watch you reap from what you've sown. And then when they watch you, they gonna say, oh, I watch her give this up. I watch her go without this. I watch him go without that. I watch him do this. And now I'm seeing the benefits. Now I'm seeing the results in their life. But see, if you take and you do all the work, and they don't do no work and they stay the same, but then you invite them to your promised land, they're going to turn your promised land into Sodom and Gomorrah, because they didn't have to sow and grow in order to go. They got a free ride. So listen, when you give somebody something that they're not ready to receive, they don't know how to appreciate it. They don't know how to treat it. They don't know how to take care of it. And see, and I talk about real life, and into my family, and anybody bumping the end of my message, they just gonna get what's coming to them. Because one thing they know, anything I say, it'd be better I say it teaching a lesson than say it to their face. So sometimes they hear it a roundabout way. I'm in traffic right now, and I'm driving because I had my partner wife do some paperwork for me, and I'm driving in traffic, and I'm going to meet him, and it's an hour drive, but he asked me to come to him to pick up the papers. And I'm driving over there, but he didn't say, hey, well, let me push back, you know, we leave, and let me push that back and let me meet you halfway. And I drive 30 minutes, you drive 30 minutes. Because I'm driving the car that you bought for me cash. See, that ain't crossed his mind. Now, if he mess around and watch this video, he'll feel terrible. Oh, man, you should have just said so. I shouldn't have to say nothing. It ought to cross your mind. But see, what humans will do, just like when I'm coaching, so many of my clients, they'll talk me right past an hour. We'll be at an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. I'd have been on a call 2.5 hours before. And then the client will be like, oh, I respect your time. How you respect my time? And we over the hour. So then they put me in a place to be like, oh, yes, I have to go. You pay me for 1 hour. We had an hour and such. But human nature is selfish. Human nature is greedy. Human nature will take. That's human nature. And so that's what you have to understand. That's why everybody can't go. You know, you're taking bless somebody You'll take somebody out to eat to a restaurant they can't afford, and they will be more picky at the restaurant than you, and they not paying for it. Go try it. Do it. This is a social experiment. Take somebody who only can afford Applebee's right now and take them to a steak restaurant that they meal gonna cost $50, $60, $70, and just see how they act. Ooh. This ain't what I thought it'll be. Ugh. Huh? What? You been over there eating cardboard at Applebee's your whole life. You eating cardboard with salt sprinkled on it, and now you at this steak restaurant complaining about the steak. But it's how quick people will start to feel themselves. Also, hold on now, I'm hearing tires squeaking. Now hold on now, y'all need to pay attention now. Listen here now. See, my eyes on the road. But I called my wife as soon as I sat in my car, because I said, you know what? Nope. I ain't loaning out my vehicles no more. Because if anything gonna happen, I want it to happen on my watch. Because I pay the insurance bill. And it's my favor, my grace that got me into it. I'm not finna let somebody else who don't appreciate it and don't respect it dog it out. Because if anything happen, they ain't got to pay for it. Because they can't pay for it. So if I'm going to let somebody hold something, I'm going to let somebody hold my car, it's finna be somebody that if they get into some fender bender, they got the deductible, or they got the money. If I don't want to go through insurance, they got the money. So I ain't got to raise my insurance. And that's what just hit me, is I realized I've been overextending myself way too much, and a lot of times people don't appreciate it. People want you will give so much, and instead of somebody saying, hey, well, let me take care of this since you already done took care of all this. No, I'll do that. No, go on, do what you got to do. I'll do that. Let me take care of that, man. You done let me hold a car for a month. Let me take care of that. Hey, man, you done bought me a car. Hey, you done paid my rent. Hey, you done got me this. You done got me that. Let me take care of that. My family, you know, I have people to where they'll get a check, a big check, and they'll go ball, spend the money, and then call me, hey, can you help me pay my rent? Huh? Did you just get a PPP? Did you just get a SBA? What you mean? And I pay the rent. When I sat my butt in this seat today, I heard God loud and clear say, everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. I say, why you think a Lamborghini got 2 seats? Everybody can't go. Why you think the commercial plane that everybody pay $70 to get a seat got 400 seats on it, but a private jet got 14 at the most? A lot of them got 6 or 7 seats. Everybody can't go. Listen to me. The more you pay for a car, the less room it's gonna have. That's why the tip of the mountain is smaller than the base of it. Cause anybody could get started, but everybody ain't gonna finish. So the peak of the mountain ain't got to be as wide as the base, cause it ain't gonna be that many people standing up there. And see, this is what I had to realize. And I'm going to tell you, this is a harsh message. Woo! It's hard to hear. When I wanted a handout, this message would have made me break my phone. What? That ain't what Jesus said. Jesus said you supposed to take care of people. Jesus said you supposed to help your neighbor. Jesus said you supposed to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And yeah, he said all that. But it don't mean what you trying to make it mean. That don't mean that I'm supposed to take care of your bills that you able-bodied and able to take care of if you are sacrificed to get off your butt and go to work. That ain't what that mean. You see what I'm saying? See, when we ain't ready to receive the message, oh, we can find scripture to pamper us and to say what we want to hear. But see, listen to me. I don't take and try to remind people of what I done did for them. I don't try to remind people. I ain't finna throw it in nobody's face. Hey, do this right here for me since I did this for you. Nope. I'm gonna go do what I need to do. And I'm gonna take a mental note. Everybody can't go. Some people gonna have to watch you from afar. Some people gonna have to watch you win in order to learn how to win. Because if you just come and just bring them into your victory, and you just come and bring them into your winning season, but they didn't have to practice. They didn't have to get in shape. But you let them hold a trophy, but you let them take the trophy home, they gonna assume that you get trophies without practicing, without eating right, without getting in shape. That's what they gonna assume. You can't let that be. You can't let that happen. Because now you doing them a disservice. So guess what? As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. Because today I'm cutting off a whole lot. I'm cutting off a whole lot of things that I call a blessing, but really it's a burden. That I call a blessing and really it's a snare. Because see, some people ain't going to be motivated by a gift. Some people going to be enabled. They just going to feel like, oh, now I want more of this. Now I want more of this. You'll take and help somebody out, and you'll be a blessing to them. And now they think this blessing is automatic. Now they think this blessing is coming every single month. They think they supposed to get the same treatment every time because you did that for them one time. When you could have been in a place where you could have did that for them, and where you would hope they said, man, let me grind and get to a place where I don't need this, where I can do this for myself. But instead, they'll say, hey, you loaned me $100 last month. I thought you were going to be able to loan me $100 this month. So I had did other things with my money because I expected to be able to borrow $100 from you. Huh? You did what? You expected to be able to do something with my money? And I done had family that tell me, oh, you make enough to do this and do that for me. And I have to say, hold on, yeah, key word. I make enough. You don't make enough to tell me what I could do with my money. So hold on now. Hold on now. You need to be telling me what you could do with your money. Because let me tell you something. Do God know you? Let me ask, do God know you? Okay. Do God know me? Okay. Do God love me more than he love you? Okay. No. So let me answer that in case you might be confused when you got to ask somebody this question. Do God know you? Yes, he know you. Do God know me? Yes, he know me. Do God love me more than he loved? No, he don't love me more than you love. Okay, so what's the difference? Our faith and our works. I believe God on another level. I trust God on another level. Guess what? And I work on another level. I sacrifice on another level. Now listen, if your sacrifice look like my sacrifice, if your grind look like my grind, if your mindset look like my mindset, if what you done gave up look like what I done gave up, and I still end up having more than you, okay, now you got a point. Now I can hear you. But I ain't never seen that. Because I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. All us gonna go through trial and tribulation. But trial and tribulation ain't the same as forsaken. I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. When I was young or when I was old, what the Bible tell you? Guess what? Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. Even on the journey to the promised land, everybody ain't make it. Some people turned away. Some people want to worship other gods. Some people want to do their own thing. Everybody can't go. And that's what we got to understand. And that's a lesson that I'm starting to understand. And this what I'm trying to get to right here. This what I'm trying to get to, and this what we struggle with. And this the Lord talking, not me now. Stop feeling sorry. Stop feeling sorry for your blessings. Stop feeling ashamed of your blessings. And let that be for my glory, for God's glory. Let people see me through you. That's what God's saying now. Because if you take in every single thing that God give you, if you throw your pearls to swine, what you think the swine gonna do with your pearls? They finna chew it up, drag it through the mud, flip it up through the mud, stomp on it, chew it up, swallow your pearls. Your pearls worth thousands of dollars. And you threw the pearls to swine. Now, what I mean now, I ain't calling people pigs. But what I'm saying is, if God take and bless you on the other side of your sacrifice, of your obedience, of your diligence, if God take and bless you with increase, and you take all your increase and you give it to somebody who is wallowing in their sin, they keep rolling in the mud, what are you doing for them? Are you helping them? Are you really blessing them? Or are you setting them up for failure? Are you teaching them that you don't have to change? You don't have to sacrifice because you're going to be blessed by my blessing. And what I start to realize is that God will let you go through. God will let you go without when you keep giving all your blessings away. When you keep giving all your increase to people who are not in place to receive it, God will stop giving to you. Because now you are bad ground. Now you no longer good ground. Now you bad ground because you taking, and this is what my wife told me. She say, baby, you have to stop being people God. You got people coming to you when they need to be going to God. People are trying to get close to you instead of trying to get close to God. Woo! Thank God I'm on this here empty road. Woo! Cause that right there, just saying that back to myself, it helped. Now see, this ain't gonna be for everybody. If you in a beggar mentality, this finna hurt your feelings. If you asking somebody, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother for a handout, but you not doing the work, you not sacrificing, you want a brand, but you not posting every day on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, but you want a brand, you out of work, but you not working on your own brand. Oh, this gonna offend you. This gonna be all on your toes. Listen to me. But when you start doing the work and you start sacrificing And my wife, she said to me, if we do something ill-advised with our money and we got to go without, we go without alone. We don't ask nobody for a loan. We don't ask nobody for a handout. We don't ask nobody for nothing. But she say, we sit and we let other people make bad decisions with their money. And then they come take from our savings, our reservoir for their bad decisions. Not because of calamity that God allowed them to go through. It's different when you bail somebody out when they in their Job season. When they did nothing to put them in the place they in, but life just happened to them. It's different when you bail them out. When you a blessing, that's when you a blessing. But when they made the choices to put themselves in the place that they in, whoo, man, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to me. And I'm just talking out loud and sharing it with you just in case you need it. Listen to me. I'm ministering to myself. This is what I do in my car right here. I'm flying out to Texas to Waco, and I was telling my wife, I think I want to drive back, because when I'm in this car, I can hear God. And when God talk to me, then that's when I do a video. I might have 50 videos on that drive from Texas back to Florida. And I might just do that. If I can find somebody to let me do a one-way rental, I'll do it. But the rental car's on a shortage right now. But see, this, let me tell you now, this is what the Lord shared with me. And you know what? For me, it pains me to have more than somebody else. It pains me. But I got to realize that different people got different portions for different reasons. Because God not going to put more on you than you can bear. And my wife had been telling me, she say, I'm a firm believer that a person has what God knows they can handle in that season of their life. So if God say this person can handle 100 and you give them 1,000, that 1,000 might kill them, because God gave them 100 because he know if they had 1,900 going to methamphetamine. So when you give them 1,000, that 900 go to drugs. That 900 go to gambling. That 900 go to pornography. That 900 go to sin. But you gave them that. But their life and their choices and their decisions weren't ready for it. But see, when God is allowing somebody to go through a season, when God allowing somebody to go through a storm, what's going to happen is he's going to minister to you, and he going to put on your heart. It ain't going to be about sympathy. See, it's going to be about instruction and you being obedient, and there will be a peace with that gift. But see, when you got to question that gift and you got to toil over that and you got to think about that and you losing sleep over that, God ain't in that, because God gives gifts and asks no sorrow. A double-minded man receives nothing from the Lord. So God ain't going to give you no double mind about what he told you to do. He ain't going to give you no double mind on it. Hey, listen to me. I need direction to get to where I'm going. And I'm going to tell you, you know, boy, make you want to remind people of what you done did for them. I'm making it dry. It make me want to remind people of what I done did for yeah. So you ain't think you could drive to me in the car that I bought you? Instead, I'm driving 2 hours to you? Okay. But you know what the Lord said? No, don't remind nobody. Let's talk about it on your video to help somebody else. Don't remind nobody about what you did for them, because you'll do for people and they'll still be taking. They'll still be asking. They'll still be receiving. They'll still won't mind holding their hand out and won't be looking, hey, how can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I be a blessing to you? And so guess what you do? You just take a mental note of it. And then you learn the difference between good ground and bad ground. good soil and bad soil, and stop sowing seed on bad soil. That's what the Lord telling me. Stop sowing seed on bad soil. I was talking to my mama. She was telling me about how she got to give every time she go into the church. And she giving way more than her 10%. But she not giving from a glad part. She giving from a place of ego. Giving from a place of arrogance. Giving from a place of wanting to look like boss baller who got it. But then be giving to the church. But then be begging. And be in need. That's not of God. That's not a good gift. Because if God told you to give, God gonna make sure you ain't got to beg. God not gonna tell you to give. God not finna tell you to rob Peter to pay Paul. That ain't what God finna do. God gonna turn the 5 loaves and the 2 fish to feed a multitude. That's what God gonna do. God gonna put the oil in the jar. God gonna turn water into wine. See, what God gonna do is give increase when you have been obedient to what he told you to do. But see, when you did what you want to do from your ego, you gonna go without. You gonna suffer. You gonna be in lack because you weren't told to do that. Hey, listen to me. Everybody can't go. And it ain't up to us to choose who can go and who can't go. The people who could go gonna show you they could go by their work, by their diligence, by their sacrifice, by their service, by their heart's posture. They're gonna show you they could go. But see, the people who can't go, they gonna let you know with their actions, with their lack of gratitude, with their complacency, with their inability to sow seed into their own life, into their own business. And they waiting on you to give them a handout. They waiting on you to do something for them. They waiting on you to give to them. And they don't want to give to themselves. They don't want to help themselves. They don't want to sacrifice and grind for themselves. They want you to put them on your back and carry them to the mountaintop. And then they want to be seated at the table that God has prepared for you before your enemies. And they want to be fed. But they don't want to help till the ground and work the field. They don't want to sweat from their brow, but they want their stomach full. But it's hard. It's hard to hear. And it's hard to say. But it's something that we got to hear. So that we are a help and not a hindrance. And I've been a hindrance. And the Lord convicted my spirit. Say, Tony, hey, there come a point when help becomes hindering. When you are a hindrance and not a help. And you got to get yourself in line, because I'm going to pull from you. I'm finna take from you. I'm finna take from you. Listen. Because it's destroying you. Because you giving out of ego. You giving out of pride. You ain't giving out of obedience. Woo. I don't know who needed it. But God bless you. I know I needed it. That's what the Lord put on my spirit for me. It might not be for you. You might be already past that point. You might be more mature than me in that area. But guess what? I done caught up with you today. Done turned the leaf today. Wish I would have been dead different. But hey, better late than never. Hey, this Tony, guys, and God bless you. We'll talk soon.